Hey everybody, Swirl the Cat here, and today I'm going to be showing you my yellow WarGreymon deck profile for the Digimon Card Game. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is the eggs that I like to run in this deck. And here is the first one that just came out in the set 4 of the Digimon Card Game, and his name is Grouman. He's looking super cute, blowing bubbles with, I think, Boyomon is his name on top of his head. And I like to run this because of his inherited effect. So he has an effect when attacking. Once returned, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. So there's going to be a lot of cards in this deck that make your opponent's DP 0, make your opponent's Digimon DP 0. That's a tongue twister. So I like to run this because it kind of goes with the theme of this deck. And I'm going to set these guys right here. And because you can run up to 5 eggs in your egg deck or breeding deck, I think it's called egg deck, I run 2 Upamon. And Upamon has an inherited skill. When attacking, once returned, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, draw a card. I just like to use this for the hand building. Set those there. And next, instead of showing you the Digimon that I'm going to be running in this deck, I'm actually going to show you guys the Tamers that I run in this deck. And that is because there are a lot of them, and its deck profile will make a lot more sense if I just show you guys this first. So the first Tamer that I run is one that came out in the first set, and it's Takashi. And he has a play cost of 4, and he has all these abilities. The first one is the ability that gives you 3 memory if you start your turn with 2 or less. And he has an on-play skill that allows you to look at the security stack, then reveal 1 card in it and add it to your hand. And if it's yellow, you get to recover 1. So I just like to run this card because it's really consistent with the deck, and it allows you to look at your security stack to see if there's something useful in there that you can possibly use while you're playing against your opponent. And it doesn't hurt you because you recover 1 because all the cards in this deck are yellow. The second Tamer that I run is another TK, but it's not the same TK that I just showed you guys. This is the one that came out in the structure deck. He has a play cost of 2, and all of your security Digimon get plus 2000 DP for each of the ones that you are running or that you get on your field on your opponent's turn. And he has the same security effect as the last Tamer, and that is it allows you to play this card without playing its memory cost if you check it in your security. So I just like to run this because it's really defensive against your opponent, and not to mention it's super annoying when you're playing against someone and you have like more than one of these on your board and all of their security Digimon are like all buffed up, and it doesn't matter what they check because they'll be beating your Digimon anyways. So the third Tamer that I run in this deck is 3 Kari that came out in set 2. And she has a play cost of 3, and she just has the effect at the start of your turn. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, you get to gain a memory. And she has the same security effect as the other 2. I just like to run this for the memory gain. The fourth and last Tamer that I run in this deck is a playset of Tai that just came out in the new set 4. And he has a play cost of 3, and during your turn, while you have 3 or fewer security cards, all of your Digimon get plus 1000 DP. He also has another effect. On your turn, when your opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping it to 0 DP, you may suspend this Tamer to get plus 1 memory. So I just like to run this for the same reason that I run the Kari. They both give you more memory on your turn, so you can use more cards. So that was it for the Tamers. I know there is a lot of them, but that's basically the theme or gimmick of this deck. So now we can get into the actual Digimon cards. And the first one I'm going to show you is the level 3s, and it is Salamon. So Salamon has 1000 DP, and he has an inherited effect. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. It's just good for helping you get your opponent's Digimon's DP down to 0. The second level 3 I like to run is the rare Padamon. That also came out in set 1 like the TK did. And he has 2000 DP. in a very good on-play skill. That is, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add all yellow Tamers among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So yeah, I just like to run this because obviously you guys see how many Tamers we're running. I always usually get something off of Padamon from his effect. That adds me a few Tamers from the top of my deck that I can use or activate throughout the game. Now we're moving on to the last level 3, and it's going to go with the theme of Koromon here, and it's going to be Augumon that came out in set 2, and he has 3000 DP, and an inherited effect when attacking. If you have 3 or more yellow Tamers in play, you get to draw a card. So I just like to run him for the hand gain. Now that we're done with the level 3s, let's move on to the level 4s. And the first one I'm going to show you is Geogramon. And he has 4000 DP with a play cost of 4 and Digivolve cost of 2. And when attacking, if you have 3 or more yellow Tamers in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 in the turn. For the turn, not in the turn. But I run 4 of him. And the next level 4 I run is... Whoops, let me get it here. Here we go. It's a playset of Pitomon, or me and my friends really don't know how to say this guy's name. Pitomon or Pitomon. I'm not sure, maybe somebody can, put the pronunciation down there in the comments, but I run 4 of him. He has 5000 DP with play cost of 6 and Digivolve cost of 1. And I just like to run him because he's a blocker. You just want to use him for defense. You don't really want to use him for attacking your opponent with, because he has the effect, when attacking you lose 2 memory, so you just want to keep him on your board for guarding your opponent. And if you guys wanted like a different option, if you didn't like those, another thing I considered running is Grouman that came out in set 4, and Grouman is just a 4000 DP, play cost of 4, Digivolve cost of 2. He has the inherited skill. While you have 3 or fewer security cards, the Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for a little extra buff there if you guys wanted something different. That was it for the level 4s. I'm going to show you guys the level 5s. And the first one is another new card that just came out. It is Ryze Greymon. And he has 7000 DP with a play cost of 8. And he can Digivolve from red or yellow if, from a level 4, and he has an effect on your turn. This Digimon is also treated as yellow, so he's not only red. And he has the main effect: if you Digiburst 2, you may play a red or yellow Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. And he also has a really good inherited effect. When attacking, if you have a Tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. So he's just really good for getting, the intense number of Tamers that you have out when you add them from your hand, or if you just have them sitting in your hand, you can play them when you when you use the Digiburst of Ryze Greymon. The next level 5 I run is, here he is, Magna Angemon. And I know this card is very expensive right now. I think at the time of making this video, he's around $15 each, which is insane. I only run him because me and my friends actually, pulled them from packs, and it was just convenient for me, and I think he's a good card. But obviously, if you don't want to pay freaking $15 a card, you could run this other alternative. It's another Ryze Greymon, and he has a similar effect to the new Ryze Greymon, and he's not as costly, money-wise at all. He's probably $1 each for the rare, and he was also reprinted as a promo in the brand new premium pack set 1, so he's really easy to get a hold of. Much easier to get than Magna Angemon if you don't want to spend that much money. So use Ryze Greymon as an alternative for Magna Angemon if you're looking for a more budget-friendly, card. Anyways, back to Magna Angemon. I run 4 of it. It has 6000 DP with a play cost of 7, and he can Digivolve with the Digivolve cost of 3. He just has the unplay skill that lets you recover 1, and he has an inherited effect. On your turn, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for every 3 security cards you have. As you see, I just like to run him because, he makes you super annoying or super hard to kill. Since he allows you to build up your security just by playing him from your hand. So that was it for the level 5s. I'm going to show you guys the level 6s that I like to run in this deck. And the first one is Ryze Greymon. Now you guys can see why we're running so many Tamers in this deck, and he is basically why, and also because it's so much fun to run so many Tamers. So this is Ryze Greymon. He has 11,000 DP, and he has a play cost of 12 and a digivolve cost of 4. When digivolving, suspend all of your yellow Tamers. For each Tamer you suspend in this way, activate the following effect. And that effect is one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. And on your turn, this Digimon gets plus 1,000 DP for each Tamer you have in play. So this guy is just super cool for becoming like a huge beat stick and, you know, killing your opponent's Digimon by resting some of your Tamers. Can be a really scary card depending on how many Tamers you have in or on your field. The second level 6 I'm running is Seraphimon. He came out in set 1. And he has 10,000 DP with a play cost of 12 and the digivolve cost of 3. When digivolving, you get to recover 1. And on your turn, when you have 3 or more security cards, this Digimon gets plus security attack plus 1. Kind of for the same reason I like Ryze Greymon. He can just become a scary beat stick of a card, and he allows you to recover 1 from the top of your deck, so also makes you kind of harder to kill. The last level 6 I'm running is, of course, the yellow WarGreymon that came out in set 4. He has 11,000 DP and the play cost of 12 and the digivolve cost of 3. When attacking once per turn, you may add the top card of your security stack to your hand to unsuspend this Digimon and have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 6,000 for the turn. So I really love this card because, you know, not only does he attack your opponent and make something minus 6,000 DP, which could possibly kill it, but he also restands in for another attack, which I just think is a super nasty effect that your opponent has to deal with. So one way or another, from one of WarGreymon's effects, they are probably gonna lose some security. Excuse me. So that was it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe this even inspired you how to build your own yellow deck. Let me know what your guys' ideas are for your own, you know, yellow decks post set 4 of the Digimon card game. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have a lot of fun making these videos for you guys. And if you guys liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.